Now we're going to go into the part of the meeting where we practice our impromptu speaking. And our leader for that part of the meeting will be our Vice President, Public Relations, Jennifer Piette. So Jennifer, take it away, please.
Thank you, Madam Toast Leader, fellow Toast leaders. The theme of this table topics is called Selling the Impossible. So we are all going to be salespersons for the duration of these table topics. To give context to it, this is the part of the meeting where we each give impromptu speech within 1 to 2 minutes. So I can set a question and ask for volunteers or call on anybody. I will try as much as I can not to be a forward table topics leader today. So I have some items in front of me. I'm going to call on volunteers or just call on anybody, and then I will show you an item to sell and who you'll be selling it to. Any volunteer?
I can.
Okay, Carol. So the first item is disinfectant wipes. You are invited to sell this to a group of nurses.
To a group of nurses.
Yes.
Okay. Let me get the title. Thank you, Madam Toast Leader, fellow Toast leaders, and honored guests. I am thrilled that I am here today to meet with a group of nurses who are wondering, how am I going to take care of preventing all of these infections that have been running around? Not just COVID, but we're back in maybe allergy season and people are getting head colds. And our nurses, they've had a lot of experience in our community with different types of disinfectant wipes over the years, and they have some really strong preferences, I've learned. And one of the preferences is they want something that smells fresh and not too chemically, that doesn't have a strong ammonia odor. And they also want something that is really resilient so that it doesn't just shred immediately. And that's why I'm here with these special yellow antiseptic wipes that I think will really meet the needs of the nursing community. They smell like lavender, and when you use them, they hold together very strongly, very comfortably, and they last a long time. Then they're a little bit abrasive, not too much. So it really does a great job of disinfecting and cleaning a surface, and then also just lifting your spirits and helping you be calm because of the lovely lavender odor. So please call me and I will ship you crates and crates of Sani disinfectant wipes. Madam Toast Leader.
Thank you, Carol. That's so interesting. Even though this group of nurses already know what wipes it entails and the value it brings to their work, I am sure they are totally convinced and they'll be willing to order for boxes and boxes. Thank you for that response. So I will call on Gabriel to volunteer for the next question. We've all heard that Gen Zs are a group of people that have very dynamic and unique characteristics. So you've been invited to a class and asked to sell a notebook and pen to a group of Gen Zers. Over to you, Gabriel.
I see why you called on me. Okay. Hey, besties. It's time for us to get off our phones, get off Twitter, get off TikTok, and we've actually got to learn some writing skills, because one of the things that people don't really teach you now is how to write. We all know that a lot of times we spend communicating is through virtual methods of communication, whether it's on our computers or whether it's on our phones. But the art of letter writing, the art of note taking is something that we are going to need in our future for a good office environment and in order to make sure that we are performing well in our professional careers. One way that this special pen and notepad helps is that they are perfectly tailored to the needs of Gen Z. It's up to date with all the latest meme templates and meme formats. All of the latest trends that you can think of are written in these special notebook liners. One of the ways that it helps teach you how to write is that it has the beginning of the meme template and you just fill it out, and it's fun little fill in the blank kind of way. So perfectly suited to the needs of Gen Z, very dynamic, very fun, very creative, very up to the times. But unfortunately, you won't be able to plug it in anywhere. It is digital. It isn't digital, it is analog. But besties, this is definitely something that you guys are going to need for your future. So be sure to like and subscribe. I'm sorry.
That was amazing, Gabriel. Thank you. And the last question today, I would ask for any volunteer.
Let me try.
Oh, Setemega?
Yes.
Awesome. So imagine you in a remote village somewhere in Africa, and you've been trusted with the assignment of selling iPhones to a group of elderly people. Over to you, Osetemega.
Okay. Hello once again, Madam Toast Leader, Madam Toastmaster, fellow Toast leaders, and our honored guests. So I'm stammering. So I am speaking today to a group of elderly Africans. And I know that as Africans or as elderly Africans, you always want to speak to your grandchildren or your family or your friends who are in different parts of the world. You know, as an elderly, we know that you're not able to travel as much as you can when you were much younger. And the use of a smartphone, especially the Apple iPhone, helps you to communicate with your friends who are in various, miles away, and the battery life is also very good. So even when there's not enough electricity or there's not constant electricity, once you charge it, it lasts you throughout the day. So that helps you. That helps you, to talk to your friends. That keeps you connected to the news, because we also understand that, the news is also very important to you at this time of your life. So you get to have up-to-date news. You can also check your health, helps you check your heart rate, your pulse, and all that. So that also reduces the time you spend on the road going to the hospital or having a nurse always, invade your space and all that. Also, it helps you stay in touch with your children. So we understand that sometimes your children feel like you're out of touch with the current realities of life. But with your iPhone, you are able to show them that, yes, you are old, but you are not old mentally or old in terms of the trends of the 21st century. Thank you. And I'm sure that, and if you want to, get some, I have some at discounted rates, so feel free to send me a message. Thank you.
That is so convincing. I can imagine already my mom and my grandma ordering for their own iPhones from you, Setemega. Thank you.